Hey guys, we'll be on in a minute. We just have to get situated here and find out whose turn it is. So give us a few minutes and we will get started. Oh, well, here is Miss Munoz. We'll see how long does it take her to be able to hear me. Miss Munoz, if you can hear me, let me know whose turn it is today. I'm set up and ready to go, but I just don't know whose turn it is. So if you can verify for me. Uh,
It's my turn. It's
okay,
my turn.
okay. If we're sure about that. All right. Do you need a few minutes to get started and get everything situated?
I'm ready to go. Can you see my screen, madam?
Yes, I can.
Okay. All right, folks. What's up? It's Sunday. I hope everybody's having a wonderful weekend, evening. I hope everybody's watching football, rooting for their favorite team. To give you a little synopsis of what occurred or in what is about to occur potentially this week. Dow, Nasdaq, S&P 500, and Russell 2K didn't have were there was a little bit of pressure, as you can see, negative 0.32, negative 0.50, 0.29, and 0.28. Not a lot of movement, but it was up and down. It was kind of cray cray on Friday. It was very kind of undecisive. You can see from the heat map, it was leaning towards more on the negative, especially for NVDA, Amazon, Tesla, the favorite. Apple, not much movement. Oracle, negative 1.54. It seemed like Google and Meta were on the upside. This went cray cray. It broke a level. Walmart also did very good, and I believe it's Eli company, Lilly. Um, things are not looking great tomorrow. For tomorrow, things are kind of looking on the negative, very negative side. You can see here already looking 0.39, close to 1%, 0.82, and Nasdaq horrible for tomorrow, already down negative 1.54%. So if you had some puts or if you have some shorts, you're going to be making some money at the beginning of the market. Okay, so let's get it going. Um, First things first that I have here, I have it in a specific order for those people who are very interested in earnings. This is going to be a mega week of earnings. Boeing is tomorrow, Starbucks, Microsoft, Tesla, ASML, Meta, Apple, all this week in 2 to 3 days. A taco, as we like to call it, but it's actually Tractor Supply, Visa, Intel, XOM, AMD, and Google. So it's a very big week, including Disney, Amazon, P-Town. That's next week. So just be on the lookout. There's going to be a lot of movement, a lot of volatility. And to throw a curveball for you, this is the curveball. On top of all these earnings, you have the Federal Reserve meeting that's coming up. So I believe I'm just going to double check what day it is so that you guys can be mindful and maybe be cautious on that particular day and not do a lot of trading. I recommend that, but people like to trade, they should trade. I wouldn't highly recommend it because it's very volatile. There's a lot of volatility in that. So on Wednesday, it's going to be a FOMC meeting. Uh, Jerome Powell is going to speak, and the market goes a little bit cray cray. So maybe it's a good opportunity if you like that volatility. Maybe not if you don't like it. Be cautious on that particular day. So that's the curveball. On top of all those mega earnings, mega earnings that we have coming up. So yeah. All right. So let's take a look at who was the winner and who were the losers, and we'll take a look at our favorite stocks of the day. For example, we'll take a look at the SPIA, and all that stuff. So the winner, somebody has this called Chewy, 3.39%, though up, and it's been doing really good according to my friend. Macy's did had a good day. Rivian, Dollar Tree, we can take a look at that real quick on the daily chart. It's still bouncing around in our level. If it gets to, what do we say, 65, I would say take a shot. But it could potentially continue to go down a little bit more. Just don't get too many shares because it could, get here, maybe go a little bit lower, because it is the end of the holidays, and it's not going to be high volume, I believe, in Dollar Tree that much. Lucid and Rivian are EVs. If I believe Tesla did horrible, so maybe that was a sympathy or the opposite of sympathy play, and these did good, Rivian and Meta. I mean, sorry, Midian, Rivian and Lucid. Dix, we haven't really looked at Dix in a long time, but oh wow, it's a beautiful hanger here, and it's 250. This is a very good hanger up in the sky here, really far away from the index, so we may want to put that on the notes for a potential tomorrow. Um, it's far away from the averages, and it's a very beautiful hanger there. 250, 249.57 potential short for Dickety Dicks. As we talked about Meta, Meta broke this level. We had this level right here, very solidly made by Miss Green a while back. And that's high, the highest high. And it broke it on Friday. Let's take a look at a weekly here. It broke this level. This was the all-time high. It went crazy on Friday. Will it continue is the question. Usually, when a level is broken, it continues or rejects it. So it's very high here, Meta. It's not that close to the 100 or the 200. I would say proceed with caution here in Meta, but it did break that level. Okay, so that's Meta. Let's switch back to the Dolly. Sam, this was the use case study that we had, and it did wonderfully on Friday. So that tells you all you need to know. And then it created this hanger here. So it could tell you that it's going to continue to be the dumpster fire that it has always been since this here. This thing was $1,300, 1,350, and now it's $250. So if you had a put or a short from here, you were very intelligent and you're a millionaire. That's Sam. So those were the top winners. Let me see if there's anything else that will catch my eye here on the winners. Oh, EBC. EBC did fabulous on Friday. It's in this zone location here that we had identified. It's kind of expensive. It sort of tried to break this level, but it was a red candle. It was a neutral candle. Um, I would say just wait until it gets down here. Um, but it is a very cheap stock. You may want to do like a little bit of testing, but I would recommend getting it at $16. Obviously, if it gets down here again, then that's where you want to purchase massive amounts. But $15.75 to $16 is a good price at the moment to get EBC, according to the chart. Wayfair, I'm curious. I had this a long time ago. Also, another UK study of mine where I had bought it and I had bought it at the wrong time, thinking that it would go down. And what happened was the opposite. It went up, and I was losing lots and lots of dinero on this. And I got out. And then obviously after I got out, it's went really high up, which was the best thing that ever happened to me. And then it continued to, go downhill. So I would have been, maybe not even trading if I would have stayed in it. So here it is now. It's going back to its level set. If you see things going the wrong way and you're losing thousands of dollars or even $500, just get out. Just get out, guys. That's all I can tell you. That's another use case of mine, but it was the best thing that I did. Google. This has earnings in 9 days, so be on the lookout for that. Also, is high. Um, it's far away from the averages here, but it's $200. It moves 472 a day. It's a decent stock. Google. The bozos like to trade this every once in a while. Um, it looked like it broke this level here, similar to Meta, or is about to again. It's been rejecting this level 3 times. Will it? Will it? Will it break it finally? That's the question. Um, if it does, it could continue to go up. If it rejects it one more time, wait until and see it keeps going down. It might be a really good short as well. Okay, so those were the winners. We also have Disney. That's coming up also in 10 days. It's been kind of like doing a little wave, if you ask me, wave of going down. But now it looks kind of like doing a little mini breakout. But this candle, I'm not trusting too much because it does look like a mini hanger. But don't trade this when it's on earnings. And if you're considering on purchasing it, make sure that it gets down to here. 100 perfect would be 85, but $100 would be amazing. Okay, so let's take a look at those losers. Sorry. Okay, my bad. This thing doesn't go up. I don't have my mouse with me. Okay, so the loser, interesting enough, was Ford. Remember the other day when I was also doing the call, it was the winner. And I also had recommended not to trade this, even if it's tempting to, because it's not really that great. Overall, it just moves 40 cents a day. It's on hard buy right now. So it had done this like one, two, three, four spike days in a row. It looks like it's turning around. Um, the it looks like this area here is where it likes to hang out. So between $4 and 350, that's where you would want to get this. See how it's turning back around from 7? It's already saying, that's too expensive. Because if you look at this, this is just telling you, I'm just going to hang around down here. The trend is downward. That's not a good trend for any company. So if you're considering this, be cautious. I would say short it more than long it. So it was the loser. Intel back to 2078. If you're considering purchasing it, this might be the turnaround that you wanted. It did hit this level 1918, 1880 or $19. So if it gets back down there, maybe consider purchasing it. It looks like it likes this area right here. Maybe here is too expensive. Try to do some tests, and then when it really breaks out, maybe you can make some money. But it's turning back around at the moment. Intella, NVDA had a negative day, and it hasn't surpassed this level. You can see here it touched it twice. Every time it gets here, it goes boom, and now this is a lower high. So if you're trying to buy this, just wait until it gets down here to 135, because that's what it looks like it's doing. Every time every time it comes up, it's getting rejected. Every time it comes up, it's getting rejected. So every time it hits see every time it hits the averages, that's when it's going up. Buy the dip. That's my recommendation. Just buy the dip, and you'll be fine. Let's take a look at NVIDIA, how it did. And what a beautiful short it was on Friday. If you bought it long the day before, this would have been the time to sell it, reverse, get a short, and look at this. You wouldn't even have to open your eyes. All you would have to do was set it and forget it because every single time it hit a high, it just kept getting lower. What a beautiful short. That's photographic right there. Photographic. Roku, we haven't really looked at that. We don't really trade it. But 81.28. Open. It's on hard buy, back to its shenanigans again. So basically, the opportunity was up here, and ever since it got to 250, 260, it's just been going down every day. This was another pop up, and it did the hanger, and it's going down. So it's gonna get lower. So if you purchase it here, it might do a little pop and then it'll get to 50 cents. So if you're trying to buy this, don't just short it. ASML also did horribly, and I think this was sympathy play for like NVDA. This is a very expensive stock. It got to 1100. It's been going down, down, down. So not looking good for ASML. Ever since July, it's been just going down, down, up. It's been going down and up, down and up, down and up. And now it's going to go down. The 200 is over the 100. The 40 is over the 20. This is not turning around anytime soon. Um, we'll see. But the trend is looking very down, my friends, because I don't see a breakout at the moment. Everything looks very red to me. So if you're thinking of this, just short it for the time being until you get a very definite breakout. Let's see how it did in the earnings. It surpassed. It did good, 7% up, but you know, it's being sold off. Tesla, let's take a look at that. Is somebody's favorite. This was also a beautiful shorty, short, 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 and even in the after hours. So this was also a beautiful one where you had one, two, three, four, five, and even six times to short this. This was just fabulous. But it was playing games. You can see that it was just tricking people up, down, up, down, up, down, be very
Yeah,
volatile.
that first few instances, that first two or three ups, it was just playing games. But if it even the VWAP was playing games because in certain instances the VWAP changed pace and went from uh progressively going down to going up for a little bit. That's why it was so tricky. If
Hmm.
you watched it closely, yes, you would have saw the trend that it was trending down, but because the highs, the peaks were so crazy, it was scaring a lot of people.
Yes, because you can see it was consistent in its trickery. So it tricked people one, two, three, four, even five times, like I said. But if your gut was telling you just keep it, then you have been right. Just up here at the beginning or even any of these, really. You will have been the winner and just kept it even overnight. You will still been the winner. So from here, from 418 to 405, that's $13 a share. So there you have it. XOM also, this was a beautiful short. It was just also set it and forget it. Look at this. This was like boom, give me my money. Let's just do a little like hiatus here. Let's take a break. Let's stay flat. Boom. Yeah, let's maybe trick a few people. Boom.
Just
So,
a reminder, people, when in doubt about where a stock is going, where the trend is going, when in doubt, zoom out and just watch it for a little
yes.
bit. Sometimes it's better to get out until you made that determination, or after you made a determination, stay in it. If you're shorting it and you're not sure, um, just stay. Don't keep getting in and out or changing directions or whatever, because
Until at
sometimes,
least the end of the day.
yeah, sometimes if something looks like it's, hey, let's say you were shorting it because I felt it was a short for Tesla, but I kept getting out because it was scaring me. So
Hmm.
instead of doing that, I should have just stayed in, or when I got positive, got out and just waited and watched until I was ready to get back in.
Correct. Yes, ma'am. Um, Vana, let's take a look at that. Some crazy folks are trying to get into Kaka stocks. I don't recommend that. But it is a Kaka stock. So at the end of the day, that's where it's gonna land in the trash bin, in the rubbish ban, bin. Uh, we shouldn't call these Kaka stocks. I'm gonna call them trash stocks from now on. Rubbish. These are rubbish. Um, and just be careful because they tend to squeeze people out. But they're gonna go down. But if you get squozen, that means like it's going really against you. Just get out and then hop back in and again at the top. Netflix, NFL, NFLX. It sounds like National Football League to me. It has been playing some mind games also, where it has been, but this was because earnings. Um, but this was also everything was a short at the end of the day, I guess, because everything just, went down. So this was also playing mind games with people at the beginning. You had your opportunity to just get in and let it go. Nikete, um, looks like it's going down a little bit tomorrow. If it does go down, maybe back to its level set, I'm going to consider getting in. Because things are not looking good for tomorrow. So maybe it's a good buying opportunity for me. This is a great buying opportunity, folks. Um, it's at a really good buying zone, and here's why. It hits it's hit it a couple of times. It really likes this area. You can see what's the word that we used before, where when it has a lot of here. It's been consistently here. It's touched it many times, um, and they have a contract with the NBA. You can see here many, many times. This is an area that clearly says, buy me. So here it is in 2018, 2019, 2020, 2024, and even now, 2025. So it's clearly saying, buy, 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 buy. Let's buy this. I would consider it.
Miss
If it goes
Munoz,
if it goes a little bit lower, just just hold it unless it really breaks down from here and surpasses like $3 or $5. But just stick to it because this thing is gonna go up and it's been doing really good in earnings. Um, Even though the revenue hasn't been that awesome, it's been doing all it can to make sure that it's gonna be making money. Now here's back to reality. So um, we
Miss
recommend it.
Munoz,
We Yes.
can we take a look at previous times it hit this area by area and how long it took to get to certain key levels, like to go up certain key levels?
Yes, and I'm gonna do it on a weekly. I know you like it daily, but it's too much for me. All right. Um, so do you want it to start back in 2018?
Just use common sense.
Okay, so 2018, we'll give it it stayed in this level. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13. About 13 weeks before it started to go up. That's a guesstimate. Here was COVID, and it just stayed in this area for 2 weeks, and then it started to go shoot up like crazy.
Last time it took 2 years to go from the buying zone in 2018 to 2022 again. Well, to
Hmm.
go up, so it was almost 2 years.
Yep. So now here,
And it got to $100.
and here, so now here, it's been here for a year. Well, hold on. This was COVID, went all the way up from COVID. So from 20, let's see, when was this? 2022. It took 2 years to get down here. It took 2 years to get down here.
That's something to know if you guys are looking at options.
Okay, so it took 2 years to go down, and now it's been bouncing around here. Like I said, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. It has about 27 weeks in this little area right here. So it's bound to, it's starting to move on up. This is a good indication. If it goes down, just hold your breath. Don't panic. Keep it for a little bit, hold it, and then you'll see, because it's bound to get to at least 125. So from 70 to 125, how much is that, Miss Green? And there's your ticket to vacation package.
70 to 125, you said?
Yes.
So 55 you're talking about?
Yes, about so this is you can set it and forget it, put it in your cash account and just wait until at least it hits 125 or 150, which is double, and you could be good to go. Okay, so then did we talk about Softy? That's having earnings. Don't trade this week. I would not trade anything that has earnings until it's over, because what happens is all of the options are very, very expensive. Everything is very volatile. There's a lot of trickery here. So if you're considering any of these stocks, make sure you look at next earnings report and make sure it doesn't have earnings this week. And I would just say take a break and go trade something else. Say that NVDA has Meta has earnings this week. Well, don't trade Meta, trade something else. Let's say that doesn't have it, like I don't know, Amazon. So you can trade something like that. Apple also has earnings this week, so just be careful. Piton, this thing is going in the right direction. As you can see, I'm negativo 2K. It was worse before, so it's going in the right direction. It did a little hanger on the weekly, which is always a good sign for me. So, and then it did one on Friday, so it's looking really good for me. Hopefully, it'll get back down here, and I can KAT. Any questions? Oh, let's take a look at American Airlines real quick. So earnings. It had good earnings, but the market makers decided, hey, we want to take our money and run. Obviously, we had a good earnings because you can see that from August till December, people were just buying vacations, getting their trip on. So now people have decided, hey, I want to get my money, because if I bought it at $9 and it's 19, please, that's double. I'm out. So it had good earnings.
Historically, what level are we at right now?
The high point here, let's see. My bad, sorry. Yep, so we're at the high level here. And this was back in 2023. It likes to reject this point 20. This is another good rejection. You can see I already rejected it here. If we move this down, rejected, and it went down. So I would say I mean, it's a good level. It's not too expensive because obviously the expense is here. If you're trying to do a test, hey, you think it's going to continue to go up, maybe consider it, but I would wait 14 and even 13 to get this. Okay? But if you're brave and you want to see if it keeps bouncing up, it's not a bad price, but I would say look at how, people are getting their money. So just wait. I would say 13 between 13 and $14, that would be a great price at the moment. In the meantime, you can just ignore it or you can short it. Um, Starbucks has earnings. We'll just take a look at that, and that's going to be it for me. And that's that. So we're going to see, we can see that from here, it's been going to kind of trending up. It had earnings. I believe they were horrible. And you can see they were negative 22 point. They were losing money and not doing very well. And I believe also the last time they didn't do very well on earnings. You can see they didn't even make any money. It was just flat, and it's been a dumpster fire for Starbucks because a lot of people in China haven't been buying Starbucks like before. They have a lot of competition. So ever since June 30, 2024, it's been having horrendous earnings. Do you think it's going to have good earnings this time? Maybe. It could do a little bit better. People in Christmas time around here buy everything and anything. So we'll see what happens. We'll keep an eye on that. Make sure you manage your risk. Make sure you do things with patience. Uh, like Ms. Green recommended, just zoom in if you're not sure. I mean, zoom out if you're not sure. And start small. And maybe if you need to average in, average in. But if it's getting over to your head, you are getting stressed out, just get out. That's all my advice I have for you. We'll do another UK study maybe next time. We'll take a look at Carvana every day. We'll take a look at all the big ones like the SPY, QQQ, all of that, all of our favorites. And that's all I have. If you have any questions, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and you guys have a wonderful trading week. Peace out.
Um, so for we had know that Dick's is a hanger there, and maybe people want to look at a short or a put option. ASML is going down. Consider shorting. Nike is in a good buying zone. Look at long-term options or doing a long-term play on it. That's all I have. Thank you, and have a good evening. Enjoy
Great
the rest of the
synopsis. Thank
football
you,
game.
ma'am.